So I saw Avengers Endgame, and I'm going to reveal all the spoilers right now. More serious subject. How many of you pictured that you would be somewhere different than you currently are, like, last couple of years? Or maybe even 10 years ago? Well, myself, definitely. I didn't think I'd be in school right now at 35 years old. I wish I paid attention more to what I really wanted to do and was in school when I was 25, taking things more serious. I know you probably have people older than you saying, you should do this now, you should take care of this now, so that way when you're older, things are easier. That's probably some of the best advice you can get, and that's probably some of the best advice you can give. My quote is, waiting for tomorrow is a waste of today, and that falls right into that. So, me, I've, had a lot of fun in my life. I did a lot of things that I wanted to do, but not necessarily the things I should have done. So if I had paid attention more to, focusing on one career rather than just having, good jobs, making money, going from here to there without really thinking about what I want to end up doing in the future, I probably would have been where I'm attaining to be right now. So I'm going to school for nursing, and working in the hospital, I've been there for 11 years, which is a long time. It's also a long time to hesitate and to decide if that's really what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. It took me a little bit to get there, to decide, what, this is what I want to do. I was scared kind of to get into it and push forward with it. And I kept thinking, man, I'm older now, like this is gonna be really hard, and it took me a long time to get through it. But one person who is a nurse in my hospital, I saw her at the gym one time, and she was telling me about her daughter, who's about the same age as me, who was on the same path, and she succeeded. She just graduated, and I was like, oh, that's good for her. She's like, yeah, she's like, aren't you planning on going to school too? I'm like, I don't know, I'm getting older. She's like, well, my daughter just did it. And she's like, myself, she as referring to herself, she didn't become a nurse till later in her life as well. And what she said her dad told her, which is an awesome, source of knowledge, is that her father told her, look, you can be 40 years old with a degree, or you can be 40 years old no matter what. So meaning that you're either going to be 40 years old with something you're attaining to get, or you're just going to get 40, no matter what. The time's going to come and that time's going to pass. So this, this quote also goes on to saying stuff about your everyday life. You could sit there and you can have stuff that you need to get done at work. You can, just kind of relax and say, oh, I'll get to that stuff. In my field, if I'm not on top of the stuff I need to do, at the end of the shift, I could have 4 patients coming up all at one time, where I have to take care of all them, and at the same time, I still have to do all the other stuff I have to take care of. And that's just going to make for an awful day. Now, that's on a smaller scale. So, of course, back again, going to where you want to be in the next, 5-10 years. Give it thought. Also give thought to your everyday, goals and tasks and what you need to get done to be more productive in what you need to do. And again, this quote I totally agree with. Waiting for tomorrow is a waste of today. So don't waste today. Thanks.
All right, well, you got us engaged right away because you threatened to give away a bunch of spoilers. I think that it really doesn't have a lot to do with the topic, but it did get us going on the presentation. When you do tell us the topic, your point of view is relatively clear. You've got basically one story that you provide good detail in, and the story progresses effectively. It doesn't sound like it's too repetitive. And because it's personal, it's easier for you to talk about and find incidents and events that you can refer to. woman that you encountered who works with you, and she's talking about her daughter, for instance, that kind of thing, or the advice that you got from, I think it's your father that you mentioned you can be 40 without a degree or 40 with a degree, and there's a difference, and that you're accomplishing something there. The delivery stuff, as usual, is pretty solid. You look at everybody, your facial expressions are animated, you're engaged for the most part. When there is body movement, it seems like it's purposeful. It's between sections that you're talking about, so it's not aimless wandering. So I think it comes across pretty effectively. I don't really think there's much of a structure. It's just the one story about your own experience, but you do make that story interesting because you include enough detail, and because it's personable as you're delivering it, it's easy for people to kind of relate to it. Thank you.